Alright, let's make the 3-ball chunk. This time I'm going to do something a little bit different. Instead of drilling out holes for the weights like I normally do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these rods. These are basically just shelf pins that you can pick up at just about any hardware store. And we're going to drill them in like this. So they're going to be embedded into the piece of wood like that. So I'm just going to drill on that edge. And I've got a jig for that. You can pick up the design for the jig in the second book that came out. It's on Amazon. It's DIY fidget spinners, and it's all about weights and jigs and weight placement, stuff like that. So let's get started on the scroll saw and cut this thing out. Luckily, these are all straight lines, so it should be fairly easy. Straight lines are a lot easier to cut. I wish I had a bandsaw, Probably would have been a little bit cleaner, but what are you going to do? So we got the basic outline. Ironically, this piece of wood came from an old bed we had, and so did this tabletop that I'm cutting on. So I had a bunch of extra legs left over, and this is a headboard. So use the old headboard legs, so don't throw out. If you have any hard wood, don't throw it out. It's still good. So now we want to make sure that these I cut pretty close, so I don't think we'll have any problems with this. I'm just going to set it inside this jig right here, and the way this jig works is it's just a piece of wood that's attached to another piece of wood at a right angle, and then this is just a clamp, so this would go in here like this. Try and line it here like that. Tighten those up, and then you can drill in the exact spots. But before I do that, I got a little bit of measuring to do. So let me get this measured out, make sure I get my pins in the right place. They do have to be equidistant on either side of this red line right here, so I want to make sure I do that properly. So let me get those measured out, and we'll be right back. All right, so I've gone ahead. Let's get this thing focused. There you go. All right, so what I did was I went ahead and made my marks on each one of the edges there. And let's put this in the drill press and get some drilling going. Now, the tricky part about this is you have to align it front and back and left to right. So that bit does not look like it's in the chuck straight, so let me fix that. Alright, so notice I'm just tapping it there. I want to see where this drill bit is going to be heading there. Sometimes they have a tendency to follow a grain pattern or something like that, so before I drill I want to make sure I'm centered this way, so horizontally and vertically where I want it to be. Looks like it's pretty straight, and let's get drilling. Measure on here. So now I need to know, I need to go up to at least here to make sure that the depth is correct. And I've gone down a little bit further than that, so that's perfect. And that's probably going into that center circle, and that's fine. All right, let's move this over. That may have gone too close to the edge, but we will see. Oh, that's, yep, drilled a little bit too close to the edge there. We broke out on that side. So sometimes that happens. What are you going to do? I think I'm just going to continue drilling this out just so I can show you guys what we're doing here. But yeah, it's a shame. We were just a little bit too close on this edge and flaked away. All right, so what are you going to do? Learn a lesson, do it better next time. Even the best of us make a mistake now and then. That one was perfect. Oh, of course. I think I needed to use a little bit thicker piece when I cut this on the bandsaw. It was a little bit too thin, or the table saw rather. All right, so how those weights would go in. It was just like that. And then you would glue them in place. There you go. Just like that. And you'd never be able to see them. Pretty cool, huh? So obviously the center bearing would hold them from, or stop them from sliding out into the center. But it's actually really heavy now, so that would probably give it some good weight. So you know what? I'm going to just glue these in here. These things are like 5 cents a piece. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue this together and see what it looks like all mocked up. All right. So now what I've done is I've taken each one of those pins and glued it into there. Got a little glue on my Allen wrench here, so clean that off. So we've got each one of the pins in their little holes. I'm just going to wait a few seconds for that to dry. Used Loctite, of course. Although what I found is this is gel control, and the super gel control is like $2 more a bottle for the same amount. So I just use the gel. So if you have a choice between the Ultra Gel and the Super Glue Gel Control, choose the gray bottle because it's cheaper. It does the same thing, just not quite as thick. And I might be able to repair this section right here with a couple pieces of scrap wood, or I might be able to laminate over the top of this. Haven't figured out how to fix this, but it's a pretty easy fix. So let's get this center cleaned up and put a bearing in there. It's just a steel bearing I've laying around. Since this is broken, it actually spins pretty well though. I'm just gonna squeeze this in here, see if it will fit. Look at, oh! Look at that. Snap, crackle, pop. Kind of had a feeling that was gonna happen since I'm chopping away so much wood. And of course I got super glue all over my hands. Let's spin it anyway. Ah. That's a shame. So now I got to take this whole thing apart once that glue dries. Yeah. Fail, fail, fail. So on to some of the next ones. I will be building a hex ball, 3-ball hex, or a double ball swoop, or we've got the 3-ball chunk. So that's what we got. DIY fidget spinners. Be sure to like us, share us, subscribe to the channel so we can continue making awesome videos just like this fail. Thanks a lot, man. Bye.